Hello and welcome to another video session of geekvale. We're going to talk about solving absolute equations and how to plot them. Before continuing on, I would suggest you to have a good information about absolute, how to calculate the central point, and how to convert a given information which is relevant to absolute into a beautiful absolute equation. So I've already posted the link in the description if you haven't watched the previous lecture. Let's continue now. Okay, so let's say we have this situation, x plus 3 absolute equals to 4. The absolute represents two positions which are equidistant from a central point. Okay, so our task over here is to calculate those two positions or to find out those two positions. So the first thing first, what is the central point? For the central point, all you have to do is arrange the expression which is inside the absolute in this form. X take away, what should I write down here so that it becomes an equivalent of x plus 3? If I write down minus 3, won't that be an equivalent of x plus 3 when you multiply the minus inside? That's right. So when you arrange it in this form, what you get inside the parentheses, right now over here, it's minus 3, so that will be my central point, equals to 4. So what we are looking for is the two positions which are 4 units from minus 3. Okay, let's pause it over here for 1 second and look into another method. X plus 3 absolute equals to 4. To find out those two positions, what you do is remove the absolute and instead you place parentheses, x plus 3. Now we have the two lines of absolute, if you remember. So one line, as you can just like it's an understanding, you can say that one line is representing the positive position and one line is representing the negative position, or you can say one line is representing the position which is towards the right and one line is representing the position which is towards the left. So for one, we put the plus x plus 3 equals to 4, and for the other one, it's just an understanding. It's not a technical concept. It's just for your understanding, for ease. All right. So there you go. We got these two situations over here, these two expressions. Let's solve them one by one. Let's call it 1. Let's call this one 2. So I'm taking 1 first. It'll be just x plus 3 equals to 4. Now using the subtraction property of equality, I can subtract 3 from both sides. And I'll get x equals to what? Plus 1. And from this one, minus x minus 3 equals to 4, I can use the addition property of equality on both sides, add 3 to both sides. Now I'll get what? This will cancel out. Minus x equals to 7. Oops, I forgot to cancel this one out. There we go. And then we can use the division property of equality, divide by minus 1 on both sides. I'll get x equals to minus 7. So these are my two positions which I can easily plot, as I know my central point is what? Minus 3. Now I told you to pause this thing over here when we were working on this question. I told you to pause it over here for a moment, because if you remember, what I said over here is that I'm looking for two positions which are 4 units from the central point minus 3. And here I have those two positions. Now let's look into that. If I plot them, what should I get? Okay, this is the real line, the central point 0 of the real line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just stick to that for now. Okay, we have 0 here, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, and minus 7. On the right I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, my central point is minus 3. My positions are 1, this one, and this one, minus 7. So this should look like something like that, equidistant from minus 3. Okay, if we go back to this one, this method, I said I'm looking for two positions which are 4 units from minus 3. Okay, what I need? Minus 3. This is 0, 1, 2, 3. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Okay, what I'm looking for, two positions which are 4 units from -3. 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit. Wait, that's the fourth unit. It'll be 1. This position is 4 units from -3. So this is one of them. Second one will be 4 units towards the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. -4, -5, -6. Wait, -7. We got the same answer. Equidistant from -3. Aren't they? And this is what you can call the second method of solving the absolute equations. Okay, so for now I have shown you two methods. The one which works by getting two kinds of expression, and hence we calculate two answers and then we plot them. Second one gives us the plot directly. So the thing is, when you have to calculate the answers and show the working out, you should go for this one, this method that is on the right side. When you have been given some kind of multiple choice that which plot represents this absolute equation, so you should go for this one, this method over here on the left side. Okay, let's get rid of that now. Let's try another example. If I have, say, 2x minus 3 equals to 5. Okay, then the way to solve it is that first you go for the plus version. 2x minus 3 equals to 5, and it will be what? 2x minus 3 equals to 5. Add 3 to both sides. You'll get 2x equals to 5 plus 3, which was 8, sorry, and x will be, from there will be 4. Second one will be minus of 2x minus 3 equals to 5. Minus 2x plus 3 equals to 5. Subtract 3 from both sides. You will get, take away 2x equals to 2. Divide by minus 2 on both sides. You will get x equals to minus 1. I've got two answers. My central point in this case, if I arrange it like that, I only get, if I do 2x take away, it's 3. Is it? Now I want you to pay attention and focus over here. Is 1 5 units? Minus 1 5 units from 3. 2, 1, 0 and minus 1. 2, 1, 0, minus 1. Okay, let's look at the other one. This 4, is that 5 units from 3? No, it's just 1 unit. That means the central point is not right. There is something wrong with the central point, right? We cannot find the central point from here. In other words, if I draw it, it should look something like that. From there you can say minus 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, correct? And this arrangement, according to this arrangement, I should have the central point 3, but wait, they are not equidistant from 3. In this case, it's 2 of x. So whatever is written with x, we got it from this question. Whatever is written with x2, since the coefficient of x is 2. So what you do, take the central point and divide it with the coefficient of x. 3 over 2. What's that? 1.5. That's your central point. 1.5 there. Now they are equidistant, right? From 1.5, if you add 2.5, you will get 4. 4 take away 1.5 is what? 2.5. That's what you get. Okay? And 1.5 take away minus 1, it will be again 2.5. These 2 points are equidistant from this central point, which is 1.5. So we discussed the case when we have some coefficient other than 1 and we have to find the central point. Then in this case, what you do, first of all, make sure that the arrangement is the x negative, or x take away the central point. First of all, you have to make sure of that. Then if it's anything other than 1, you just do what? Take that number and divide it by the coefficient of x to get the central point. Alright. Let's discuss another case when we have a negative to the right side of the equality, the absolute equality, for example, something like that. Again, first of all, the central point. To make sure what the central point is, what we do is that we arrange it like that. X take away, what should I write down here to make it plus 2? Minus 2 absolute equals to minus 3. Okay, now what I'm looking for are two positions which are at minus 3 units from minus 2. Wait, this is not making sense to me. The positions which are at minus 3 units from minus 2. Okay, so I'm getting a bit confused with that. So to avoid the confusion, all you can do is go with the other method. The plus of x plus 2 equals to minus 3, and the second one will be the minus of x plus 2 equals to minus 3. A very important thing over here, I want to mention that. I forgot to mention it earlier. Always use the plus and minus outside the expression or with the whole expression which is inside the absolute. Some students just use the plus or minus with the x only. That is wrong. Just replace the absolute with the parentheses and put the plus and minus outside it. Okay, so we have this one. For that we'll get x plus 2 equals to minus 3. I can subtract 2 from both sides. Get rid of that. X equals to minus 5. This is one position. For this one, we will get minus x minus 2 equals to minus 3. Add 2 to both sides. We will get minus x equals to minus 1. Divide by minus 1. Both sides, we will get x equals to 1. So, let's plot it now. And I hope after plotting it, the confusion about the minus 3 distance will also go away. Okay, this we have just plus 1, and on the left side we have 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. There we go. And the central point was minus 2. From minus 2, this is 1, 2, 3 units, and this is also 1, 2, 3 units. So we found out that the distance on the right side, even if it's given with the minus sign, you will only work with the positive version of the distance. In other words, you will only look for two positions which are 3 units from minus 2. Okay, it's a bit confusing in the beginning, but if you get confused, you can watch the lecture again. Okay, what I'm saying is that there are two methods that I mentioned. One by just figuring out the central point and how many units are we looking for to find out the two position. The second version is this thing when you calculate it. If you get really confused with something, just avoid everything and calculate the positions and then plot it. That's the way to do it. If you want to work it out really quick, like if you're working on an MCQ and stuff, what you have to do is find out the central point and you figure out how many units are you looking for the positions. That the positions are how many units away from the central point. Here it's minus 3. Okay, the distance is minus 3. What we are looking for is the two positions which are equidistant from minus 2, which are at minus 3 units. Okay, but the distance can never be negative. That is why the two positions that we got are actually 3 units. 1, 2, 3 units. 1, 2, 3 units. 3 units from the central point, minus 2. Hope you got it. Alright, this is pretty much it about solving the absolute equations and plotting them. Let me know if you have any confusion in the comment section. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. You can always send me your homework if you get confused with anything. You can follow us on Facebook and visit our website for more details. Thank you.